guys? And what's up, Sussex Squad? Y'all, I watched Sophie's unhinged interview on Sky News, so you didn't have to. And when I tell you, it is 10 times worse than you expected. It is odd. It is creepy. William's person is sitting right next to her like he's his handler. He's her handler. You guys, it's a lot. But she revealed a lot of things. So, with no further ado, Sussex Squad, let's get into the top 10 lies that Dr. Sophie said on Sky News that was going to leave you reeling. Okay, lie number one, like you guys have pointed out, Sophie is not a doctor at all. She is like, who said it? Nikki Evans said, stop it. This Sophie is not even a doctor. She's misusing that title. Let's stop calling her that. Okay, fine. She's not a doctor. She is a Juris Doctorate, but she keeps trying to misuse it to make it seem like it's a medical doctor. Listen, all doctors deserve respect, but Sophie, no lawyer in the world calls themselves a doctor. No lawyer in the world calls themselves a doctor, even though they have a Juris Doctorate. So that was lie number one, but she's doing it. Lie number two, she said that she was blindsided with Harry's resignation. The thing is, Harry and Prince Cecil, they resigned in March the 10th, okay? Third of all, she showed that she had the biggest ego known to man. And also that she's like a little bit thrown off. For instance, I do now believe that she was sent in from the beginning to destroy Scentable. Because when did she come to them? And when did all this mess go down? And when did they lose sponsorships and all this stuff? It was in June of 2024. What else did they announce in June of 2024? Their Nigerian trip. I'm just saying. Hold on, let me just make sure that's true. Hold on really quick, y'all. Anyway, yeah, I got my dates right. So they announced, I believe, in late April 2024, they would be going to Africa. Then they went to Africa in June and July, and that's when they had that huge, great. It wasn't even, well, I guess it was a royal tour. Harry is royal, and it's a tour, but hear me out on this, okay? When that happened, they were so mad. William and Charles were so mad because charity is their thing. Because as we've learned from the royal family, they don't care about charity. They don't care about helping any of these things. These are nothing but vanity projects. And they move around how they can benefit people that are poor or are in need. They move that around by what makes them look better. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, my whole point of the matter is, I think it's at that moment when you look at when Sophie started acting up at the polo championship and what are you doing there in the Invictus games, when you looked at all that stuff when she started acting up, I think that's when William and Charles said, we cannot stop Harry from doing African tours on behalf of his charities. So you know what? We're going to take the charities away so they will no longer have a reason to go to Africa. Let's not forget that William said Africa was his thing. Anyway, getting back into that. So she lied about when they actually turned in their resignation letter. The fourth biggest lie that she actually told is that she was blindsided and she didn't know what to do. She already had replacements set up. And as soon as this hit the media, she ran and got William's guy, his number two guy, for his charities in Africa and bought him in. Now, while she did that, she also expanded the purpose of the charity. She said that it's no longer dealing with kids with HIV. And the trustees were like, really? She's like, no, now we're going to look to environmentalism or this or that and the third, right? The weird part about this is, I know all of it's weird, is the fact that during that show, that interview with Sky News, who, by the way, that is her good friend, during that interview with Sky News, she had William's right-hand man, that Ian guy that's now on the Sensible board, sitting next to her for no reason at all, except for William to gloat because he wants Harry to know that he is behind it. He was talking for her. He was acting like he was her handler. It was really weird, odd dynamic. The fifth lie she told, she's rolling back everything she said about Harry. She's now trying to attack Meghan. She's now saying that Harry was always lovely and delightful to her. She doesn't know what happened, right? But the one thing that actually got on her nerves that she makes a point of saying is the fact that I wasn't informed until a month before the charity that Meghan was going to be attended. Who are you? No, literally, Sophie, Sophie the lawyer. Who are you? First of all, why would Harry have to tell you that his wife, why would the founder and the biggest donor to the charity have to tell you that his wife was coming to a charity polo event, which even before you existed as the chair of Centable, every year Meghan was front and center. And even though, and get this, you also said that I wasn't told until a month before. And I said, okay, but what does that have to do with anything? Plus, polo is a very much couples things. The girlfriends and the wives are always there. They always celebrate when the Cups won. It let me know that her ego was so gargantuan. But you guys, Sussex Squad, hear me out. I don't really like the way she was speaking on Black Americans. I don't. And you know, diaspora, we're all one. But there are certain times where on both sides, certain type of Africans speak down to Black Americans and feel assaulted they're around, just like there are some Black Americans that speak down on African people. They are a very small percentage. We are all together. But she kept rubbing me as that kind. You do not like the even idea of Meghan. On top of that, you are a colonialist bootlicker. You were happy to get that NBA award. You work closely with everything. You talk about racism and all this stuff, but you literally are licking the boots of a colonizer. But forget about that, okay? So she lied about having a problem with Harry. She walked that back on Sky News. And then nonsensically, she started going in on Meghan that you were insulted, that you were not informed that Meghan was going to show up. And then she says, and then when Meghan did come, she had the nerve to bring a celebrity friend. I said, what? Do you not know? You want to fundraise in America. Do you not know what America is? She said that Meghan also, how dare her, without her permission, Meghan bought her friend. Do you guys want to know who that friend was? It was Serena Williams. She was upset that Meghan brought her star power. And every picture Meghan was in went viral. Remember the things with the glasses, that little sundress, how everybody was like, ooh, Kate was doing her best to see if she could copy it, but she don't got that swagger, right? You know, William don't got that hair. Okay. And then what did she do, guys? This is the kicker. You're mad because another huge sports icon celebrity that was going to bring focus and media to your event, Serena M. effing Williams, how dare the tennis legend and great who literally people have to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for her to show up at their events to be a speaker. She came for free and you had a problem with that. It's funny to me that out of the whole event, the only people you had issues with were the two American Black women that were there to help you. Okay, what are we on? The seventh biggest lie that she actually told, and you guys, this is a kicker. She said that Centable was losing money and it was a failing charity when she took over. As a matter of fact, it's the opposite. The books, as everybody knows, were fantastic. The charity was driving. She was the one that brought it along to financial ruin. The eighth thing, and the biggest lie that she said she lost her voice. She said Harry took over her voice. You guys, if you listen to the interview and don't give it any clicks, that's why I listen to it. She literally is repeating Thomas Markle's talking points, but it's coming from a Black woman. And I actually think it's disgusting that she's a Black woman, but you think you're above the Black woman from America, and that you are literally helping do this because you think Meghan's below you. You are so enamored. You're talking about you lost your voice, but you're sitting next to Ian in the interview while he does most of your talking and acts like your handler. But you guys, there's more. Ninth biggest lie, and this is a doozy. I might have skipped 8. I don't know. Listen, my DoorDash came. I have to focus. Was her actually saying that, and I see what they're doing. They're saying that the only reason Harry became respected is because he was a young man working on Sentable charity, and the charity bought him all this esteem. But now it's gone past, and she was the only one that could bring it forward. Okay, but then she talks about her reprehensible behavior at the charity match and the way. Okay. So she tells a story about how, and it's trying to make it seem like Prince Harry is money grubbing. He wanted Netflix camera into the charity show. And I'm like, okay, is it just me? I'm American. Because the more press you get, this is good for the charity to be featured in a Netflix show. Any charity would beg to be featured in a Netflix show. It can only bring good things unless a Netflix show is trying to take them down. So she tells this story about how the way Harry says a month before, I would love for the charity event to be featured in the Netflix show. Sophie had a problem with that. Then she said because of that, the venue that they originally had said, well, this is a commercial undertaking. And here are our demands. Sophie said, we couldn't pay it. So we lost that venue. But then, so she's trying to blame Harry. But then the next step, she says, but Harry, through his connections, because all of this comes through Harry's connections, they were able to secure another polo field for free that was fine with Netflix cameras. But then she said, oh my God, but this was such a headache because people weren't happy. Who wasn't happy, Sophie? Who wasn't happy? Who wasn't happy? I'll tell you two. The number 10 biggest lie she said was the fact that she literally is trying to further this Meghan ruined the event and Meghan destroyed the charity and everything they're doing. Where? Because of the national recognition and the global recognition, she was mad. Meghan told her last minute she was coming and bought Serena Williams. Those pictures of Meghan and Harry walking across the field put that polo match on the international minefield. Okay? The pictures, the paparazzi, and also the charity was up and center. You cannot say in any way Meghan being there didn't do exactly anything except for make it a huge success. You cannot say that. But she's now trying to say that because Meghan was on this, that nobody knew Meghan was coming, right? And by nobody, it means she didn't, even though I'm sure that's not true. But Meghan has to do last minute because people always try to do her stuff. Did you not think that the founder's wife was coming? Like, Sophie, did you not? Do you think you're Harry's wife? Do you not think that his wife is not coming to a polo match? Anyway, she said because of that, there was choreography on the stage and it messed it all up. And because of that, the choreography on the stage, it was captured by international pictures. You mean the money shot of Meghan, Harry, you, and everybody holding that cup, even though you're selfishly gripping the cup like you did something to earn it? You're saying the pictures that went viral, the pictures that the whole world knows and loves, that was an issue. You're telling me that Meghan, 5'6", 90-pound Meghan, somehow disrupted and there wasn't enough room on the stage? Girl, we saw the pictures. That's not true. There was room all over the stage. She then said, and this is her excuse, that when it came, and I think that she just doesn't like Meghan and she wanted to punish her. It's weird. She then goes on to say that because of that, there was media attention that came, and they said that Meghan was trying to bully her. And Harry was like, hey, do you think you could like say something? The owner, the founder, and your biggest donor said, hey, can you say something? Because like they're trying to make it seem like this is bad publicity for Sentable. You know the stuff you wanted to avoid, Sophie? You know the stuff you said that you're doing it? This is very, very bad stuff being said about the charity. Can you just say that there's nothing? And you guys, what did she say? I'm not commenting on that. But yet at the same time, you sit there and cry because you said that Harry is letting Sussex Squad have a go at you. And why won't Harry, the man that you've been publicly slandering, and now you moved over to his wife, Why won't Harry come and speak up on your behalf when the trustees said that you even ran that charity into the ground? Y'all, listen, Dr. Sophie is an absolute lunatic. She is evil hearted. She is mean spirited. It's sad that she took a great charity. And the weirdest part was William's man, Ian, sitting right next to her for no reason, talking for her, talking over her, basically being a handler. This to me was a setup from the very beginning. And I accept that. But let me just tell you something. Every weapon formed against Harry and Meghan has failed. And I would say because they are God's choice. No, 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 no. It's because William is an idiot and he's going to find a way to go too far. You guys, this story is developing. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to you later.